The forest fell deathly silent. No birds, no wind, as if nature itself was holding its breath. Alone, deep in the Oklahoma woods, a hiker felt the weight of that silence pressing down on him. Every tree looked the same. Every shadow stretched too long. And then, something moved. He raised his camera, not out of curiosity, but pure instinct. For 9 seconds, his lens captured something that has left millions unsettled. 9 seconds that blurred the line between myth and reality. This wasn't just any woodland. It was the parallel forest of Lawton, Oklahoma, a place already wrapped in strangeness. Planted during the Dust Bowl, the forest was designed with mathematical precision. 16,000 red cedar trees, each trunk planted exactly 6 feet apart. The effect is dizzying. No matter where you turn, the view looks the same. Endless corridors of wood and shadow. Visitors often describe a feeling of disorientation, of being watched. Some whisper about rituals performed among the trees. Others claim to have seen shapes, shadows, and figures where no one should be. It was in this unsettling maze that the hiker set out one afternoon, expecting nothing more than a quiet walk. What he found was something he still struggles to explain. At first, it was just movement, something in the distance, large, dark, crouched low among the branches. The camera, shaky and unsure, caught it just long enough to reveal a figure. It wasn't small, it wasn't ordinary. For a moment that seemed to stretch forever, the figure appeared to be sniffing flowers, a strangely gentle act that only made the scene more disturbing. Why would a creature so massive, so out of place, pause to do something so human-like? And then the moment that froze the hiker's blood. Its head moved slowly, deliberately. The motion was wrong. Too heavy, too controlled, like something testing the air before striking. Then its face turned, and its gaze locked directly with the camera. That heartbeat lasted an eternity. It wasn't curious, it wasn't startled. It was predatory. The hiker felt every instinct screaming at him to run, yet his body refused. For a single terrifying instant, he realized he was prey, that whatever stood there wasn't just watching him, it was deciding. And then, without warning, the figure shifted back into the trees. Gone. The video ends. 9 seconds, but enough to leave both the hiker and the world shaken. When the clip surfaced on TikTok, it exploded. Over 1.7 million views in days. Comments split between awe, disbelief, and fear. Some swore the figure's size and movements were unnatural, nothing a human could fake. Others mocked it as nothing more than a man in a suit. But the mocking didn't silence the unease. There was something in the clip. The stillness of the forest, the figure's deliberate head turn that made it impossible to forget. The man behind the camera later explained what he felt in those moments. He hadn't gone looking for legends. He wasn't trying to trick anyone. He was sightseeing. That was all. But when he saw the figure, when those eyes met his, he said it was the scariest moment of my life. Even after leaving the forest, even after posting the video, his hands were trembling as he typed. He described the encounter as something beyond explanation, not staged, not imagined, simply real. And his fear, raw and unpolished, made the clip even harder to dismiss.
A little sound with a creature I can't see.
Yeah.
So I have about an acre of grass fenced in, so I started backing up to the street where I felt safer. And I literally had my hands on my knees like this, and I had a process.
The Oklahoma hiker's footage isn't an isolated event. Over the years, countless others have described terrifying brushes with something they swear wasn't human. One man recalled walking a lonely trail when the sound of heavy, deliberate footsteps began to follow him, always keeping the same distance, always in rhythm with his own. When he stopped, the footsteps stopped. When he moved, they moved. He never saw what stalked him, but he swore he was being hunted. Another witness described being jolted awake in the dead of night by a scream so low and guttural it rattled through their chest. The sound was nothing like an animal they knew, and when they dared to look toward the trees, they caught the faint glint of eyes reflecting in the darkness. Others have spoken of a towering figure glimpsed just beyond the reach of their flashlight, a foul odor thick in the air, and the overwhelming sense that they had intruded where they didn't belong. Different people, different times, yet the same chilling thread, the feeling of being watched by something massive, intelligent, and patient. The Oklahoma encounter may have lasted only 9 seconds, but its echo is far longer. The forest returned to silence, but it was no longer the silence of peace. It was the silence of something hidden, watching, waiting. Skeptics will say it was nothing more than a man in a costume. Believers will call it proof that legends walk among us. But the truth is far more unsettling. In those endless rows of cedar trees, something stood, something that turned its head with deliberate weight, and chose to look back. And if that hiker wasn't lying, then somewhere in the depths of those woods, it's still there. So what do you think? Was this just another internet hoax? Or did one man truly capture evidence of a creature we've been told doesn't exist? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want more chilling encounters, strange sightings, and mysteries that refuse to stay buried, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because next time, we'll take you even deeper into the unknown.